I had a couple of people recently ask me what my loadout's going to be like for Milsim West. A couple of videos ago, or actually I think over the last few videos, I probably mentioned I'm going to the next Milsim West game. Actually, today's the 27th, so I'm leaving for that tomorrow morning, the 28th of April of 2017. So I figure, what the heck, I'll kind of go over what I'm taking. It's probably overkill, and there's probably some things I'm doing wrong, but hey, this is only my second time going out there, and every time your loadout, I think, tends to change a little bit. You refine a little more, you revise it a little bit better, and so I'll kind of go over what I'm taking this time around. I've only been to a handful of Milsim games, but I love going. It's tough, it's a fun experience, and there's really nothing like it. So let's get started. Gun-wise, I'm taking a handful of replicas. I like to take two guns. You know, it's a little more carrying around, but it's just in case one goes down for any reason, you've got a backup. This is my Echo 1 Platinum Edition VFC OEM'd. It's gonna be my night gun because I've got my zip-tied flashlight to it. It's got a dot sight. I still need to tune it in as far as where the dot is, but other than that, gonna have, it shoots about 385, give or take a few feet per second. And the range is fairly good on it. So I'm gonna be using this as my primary night gun. And during the day, I have my King Arms Colt M4. 16-inch barrel, R-hopped, shoots about 395, give or take a few feet per second or so. And this, I love the range on it, so I'm hoping the range is more than adequate for the longer distances we're gonna be shooting out in Centerville, Washington this time. Sidearm-wise, I've got my KWA USP Compact. I almost never use pistols during Milsim events, but I'm gonna bring it anyway, just in case. You never know. As far as food goes, let's tackle that next. I've got 4 MREs I'm taking. These are the military ones, not the civilian ones. So I got 4 of these. Kind of go over what I picked out. I bought a box of a dozen of these at my local surplus store recently, and I just kind of picked out some, a couple of them that look good. So pork, sausage, and creamy gravy. Also got marinara sauce with meatballs. That might be kind of good. And one of these actually had M&Ms in it, which is like, sweet. What are the chances of that? It's like getting a Charizard out of a thing of Pokemon. Chili with macaroni. I've heard that is like the best MRE you can get. So I figure I'll give it a try. And chicken with tomatoes and feta cheese. I don't know if that'll be any good, but this is the one that's got the M&Ms, so what the heck. So I figure four MREs is probably plenty. I took 3 last time, and I wish I'd brought at least one more, so 4 should cover it, being a 40-hour game. Figure one every few hours, and some things to fill it in between. I got a little thing of Planters peanuts, protein, it's cool, not very heavy, and kind of a small cans, it's kind of convenient. And I got a thing of goldfish as well. I'm sure I'm not gonna be the only one eating these, and it's a small container, so I figure it'll probably fit well in the backpack too. As far as water goes, they tend to have a lot of water at Milsim West. I don't want to fully rely on that though, so I did bring about a half a dozen water bottles. I think that should be plenty, but last time I ended up going through 3 large water bottles, and I was supplemented by tons of water they had on site there, so should be fine there. As far as clothing and anything else, I've got 4 batteries I'm taking. I still need to charge these. There are 4 of the 2 guns, of course, and I figure just in case someone else needs a battery, you never know what's going to happen there. They do require a couple pairs of socks, and now that I look at these, I grabbed the wrong, I didn't even get matching socks. A couple pairs of socks, so that's just in case. Obviously you're going to be wearing a pair. These are either to change your socks because your feet stink like crazy, or you didn't luck out and stepped in a puddle or something and got your feet wet. Gear wise, pants, 511 multicam. I'm gonna be on the NATO side this time. I was militia last time. I wanted to try something else a little different. Black belt on it, not a big deal. Serpa holster, I've had this forever. And I'm running OD green gear, so I got my dump pouch right on the pants. As far as a jacket goes, I've got a true spec multicam jacket. It's a little big. I couldn't really find a replacement in time for something that's a little bit smaller, but I'm hoping this works out pretty well. I've got a couple other shirts, including the one I'm wearing, that'll work just as well, but we'll see what happens there too. Now, I'm not going to run a plate carrier this time. I didn't last time. I actually find these chest rigs a little more comfortable. All of it's Condor gear, so it's not terribly expensive, not really like, you know, real high-end plate carrier stuff. Got 8 KWA M120 mags, or K120 mags, sorry. And you only get 500 rounds a piece there. I'm hoping I collect a little more ammo over the period of the following day like I did last time to fill up all my mags. But I've got spares just in case, and they're plastic, so they're not super heavy. Backpack on the carrier, which I think is pretty important to have water, food, and whatnot in, and a spare pouch on the side here too as well. Glove-wise, I've got some really nice mechanics gloves. They're not terribly water resistant, but they're comfortable and they're fairly warm. I do have some kind of Chinese backup gloves I got a hold of for like $5. They're pretty comfortable. They are fingerless, so they're probably a little bit colder. They are not nearly as insulated as the mechanics gloves. I usually wear a wrap around my neck. It's a little more comfortable, holds in some heat better. Eye protection. I usually run some Oakleys. These are pretty decent, and I've got the Hilo kit in there as well. And I've got it actually came with a back strap, which was kind of nice. So I haven't really had too many issues with those fogging up, more at night when it gets kind of humid out. But it really depends on where I'm at and how hot it is. I got some mesh just in case, for some reason those have issues or something. Backups there, but mesh is hard to see through at night. So kind of a trade-off. And I like to wear a mouth guard or like a lower face just in case. I've seen enough teeth shot out where it's worth the $15 for one of these and a little bit of inconvenience to wear it. And trust me, I've had my face shot up enough where I'm like, it's worth every second and every penny of wearing one of these. Other things you really need, hygiene and such. When you go to your dentist, they give you like a free toothbrush, toothpaste, floss. I usually just kind of collect those, and every time I go on a trip, I take some of those. So I got all those bagged up, and a thing of deodorant too. Big thing for Milsim West is they don't want you littering out there because it is someone's property. It's a really beautiful area actually. So a couple of large trash bags that are heavy duty. Those are a must. I didn't feel like running out and buying a different poncho. This is a big orange poncho. And it's really just kind of the wet weather gear just in case everything goes to hell, and then I'll throw this on. But then I'm a big walking target. Speed loader. Kind of necessary because you're allowed low or mid caps there unless you're a machine gunner of some kind. You need this unless you really want to load your BBs one at a time. And for 120 round mags over 500 rounds, that's not terribly fun at all. When I worked at Group Health a while back, I actually got a couple of these little miniature kind of med kits, I guess you could call them. They got Neosporin, Band-Aids, things like that in them. They're kind of cool. I figure it's better than nothing as far as having something around for medical purposes. And your pen and paper and medical card. These are kind of a must as well. They like to keep them in your left breast pocket. I got a waterproof notepad in there. I've never really had to use a notepad at a Milsim event, but you never know, might happen. And then medical card, it talks about any meds I may need, allergies, my name, and an emergency contact as well. Now, if you guys watch my channel at all, you probably know me. I like to take a couple of cameras out to film, and because that's half the fun is remembering this with film and video after the event has taken place. So I'm going to be bringing a couple of GoPro Hero sessions. I really like these. They're small, they're great quality. I never had a good experience with the Hero 5s or Hero 5 sessions or anything. Those are I took several back and they weren't that good. So I've got a couple of these, and they're fantastic for the $200 price tag. Mobius camera with a *7.5 zoom, so I can kind of get my kill shots on camera and get some more confirmed kills on video, or people that are cheating for that matter. This is fantastic. This is like $90 or so shipped, and I've got a GoPro mount for it, so I can just clamp it onto my barrel of any gun I'm using. Sleeping bag wise, this is kind of an important thing. The way I'm doing this is I'm going with a squad of 5 people, and we've kind of split our duties up among us. So like we got one guy bringing green gas. That's why I didn't talk about bringing a can of gas or propane with me, because someone else is bringing that for all of us. Someone's bringing a tarp, another person's bringing paracords. We've kind of split up our duties. Otherwise, I'd bringing a tarp to throw in the backpack, a thing of 100 feet of paracord, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, so that's the reason for that. Sleeping bag, I couldn't find my other one I got for my last event, so I ended up running out and grabbing one of these. It's a longer one, goes down to 30 degrees. It's not bad, and it's kind of got this compression bag it comes with, so it's really easy to Just store that or strap it to your backpack or whatnot. And just in case, it's supposed to get down to freezing, actually, during our events, like 30 to 35 degrees. Most of the heat is going to be absorbed into the ground from your body. So I got one of these mats, should help a little bit. And inside of there, I actually rolled up with a little bit of paracord I had left, a big wool blanket. Now I usually leave that in my car, just in case for emergencies and whatnot. But big, really heavy wool blanket will probably save your butt out there if it ends up freezing. Now, as far as grenades, anything else like that, they do allow blank fire out there, so I'm running an AEG, of course. I might try blank fire next time with my Colt AR, but that's another story. You probably will pick up grenades or EG67s or Enola Gay smoke grenades out there. That's cool. A lot of people still have a bunch of those left over from other games. So I know a couple of guys are bringing those. Of course, I've got a gun bag. I'm taking my replicas in, and I've still got to strap all this stuff together, which is another feat in itself. But that's generally everything I'm planning to take to Milsim West. Obviously, you have your forms, your orders, your waiver, anything like that. And I've got a couple of rubber bands, so I can rubber band my tourniquet to my arm as well. Other than that, that is just about everything. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this list of everything I'm taking to Milsim West, and obviously, my list evolves every time I go to Milsim West, or another Milsim for that matter. So hopefully this is helpful to you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and take it easy.